So in this episode, we are going to talk about Arsenal's striker position. They're looking for a new striker and potential successors for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang at Arsenal. Well, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, you can say whatever you want of his current form, but more importantly, you cannot deny what he has done already in an Arsenal jersey. So one thing is pretty much clear that, of course, to fill some Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's boots, it's not going to be easy for any striker. We look at certain striking options that Arsenal could sign for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but more importantly, we also look at certain striking rumors that has really come up too. And of course, Miguel Aziz has an option of to be recalled from his loan spell at Portsmouth. Arsenal have included that, but more importantly, a Portsmouth manager, a Portsmouth head coach, Danny Cowley, is not even bothered about it. So let's jump on to the first news that we have is Reiss Nelson tells David Ornstein 2018 that there's only one you should watch out for, and that is Saka. But Reiss Nelson in 2021 on his official Instagram stories shares the Charlie Patino's post, which tells great resilience and character shown from the boys last night against a good side. And he says, remember the name. Last time I remember it. If you watch cricket, well, Carlos Brathwaite. No, Brathwaite. Martin Brathwaite. I don't even remember the West Indies cricketer. He is more, being named as in when you, and that's the name that comes to my mind when someone says remember the name, or probably the real song Remember the Name, which is really good. So Reiss Nelson says remember the name of Charlie Patino. He is turning out to be a wonder player. But more importantly, let's talk about from Hampshire Live News. It's pretty much clear that Arsenal have a recall option in Miguel Aziz's loan deal with Portsmouth, but that does not even, Portsmouth head coach Danny Cowley has confirmed that 5 loan players all have recall clauses in their contracts. He's confirmed it, but more importantly, he's not worried about it. He says all loan players tend to have recall clauses. They all tend to have them, but most of them are on our terms and they are specific dates. We have got quite good relationships with a lot of clubs we have loaned from. I'm pretty much sure, I think, Danny Cowley has a really good relationship with Arsenal. For him, he developed Emil Smith-Rowe as well. He says, it is football. I understand why there is caution at this club. Because I think in previous years, our team has been doing well at January and then they lost key players. It is going to be our job to find others if that happens. You're always aware of that, but the clubs that we have loaned them from will be respectful that if a player is doing really well, they are doing really well, hopefully, because of the environment they are in. When a player is doing really well, unless it is an unbelievable opportunity for them, then sometimes leaving them to continue with the rhythm they have is the right thing. So, all in short, I would really want to say that Miguel Aziz can be recalled back, and that's really good because I want to see him, killing it in Arsenal kit, man. I love the boy, man. I love the lad. He's so good. Yeah. But more importantly, let's talk about the rumors, man. That's all IG is all about. IG is all about the rumors, man. That's what he talks about all day, all night, 365 days a year. Alex Manager has something about, to say that Arsenal lack characters and leadership. I mean, this is not the first person who's an ex-Arsenal player and spoke about Arsenal not having leadership. Of course, that's one of the major issues that we are suffering from. So here's what Manager had to say. He says, yes, I would say so because there was time. He believes that this weekend's clash with Norwich is a must-win for Arteta. He says a lot of players were away on international duty, but there was time for the manager. There was time for the staff to get the character right. You should beat Norwich if you want to make a step forward. I'm suffering as every ex-player, as every supporter, as every fan, because you want to see Arsenal better than they are now. You want to see a team and this closeness, it's down to the leadership, it's down to the manager, the chairman, the owners to get this back because the strength is in support as well. And that's what Arsenal need to understand. Honestly, I've suffered to see the structures go, to see the different approach to make the club big again. I remember Arsene Wenger being there for 20 years. You got to know everyone. I remember David Dean looking after the players, looking after the transfer market as well. I remember the players' characters like Martin Keown, Tony Adams, Nigel Winterburn, Dennis Bergkamp, all the French players that came in and brought quality, brought leadership in. They're missing that now, missing the character of each player. I think they need to look at that. They need to become a team and a hard side to beat again. I can't see that at the moment, and I hope, fingers crossed, that after the international break, they start with a win against Norwich and prove many of us wrong, because you need character these days, and this is what they miss at Arsenal at the moment. 100% Alex. What he said was absolutely bang on the money, but let's talk about... I mean, IG is all about the transfer rumors, man. Why do we have to speak about what Alex Manager believes? I'm just joking, okay? So the FA are just off off the books that the FA are set to fine Chelsea 25,000 pounds for the players' reaction to Reece James's red card at Anfield. So Chelsea are set to pay a fine because the players reacted in that way. I think I'll tell you what, it's one of those decisions that you can't explain whether the referee got it right. I mean, if you have an agenda against Chelsea, I mean, you would definitely say yes, it was correct, exactly correct. But I think what I saw, I'll be completely neutral here. But what I saw exactly was Reece James. That was that was a deliberate handball there. I'm pretty much sure that was a pure deliberate handball. But you know what? Red card. This is what happens. Two things happen at the same time. One, it was a clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity. It was a clear goal, man. I don't know how far often. Of course, some Chelsea fans who are watching this or might watch this in the future would want to comment and let me know. But I think that was definitely a handball there. It was purely deliberate, which I saw it, and I was pretty much clear that this has to be a penalty. But red card, to say that it was a clear goal scoring opportunity and you played like you should not have done that. I think that's purely subjective in terms of what referees do these days, and you just can't, you just can't see uniformity amongst all the referees. Even though it's just that you need a surgeon, but all the surgeons don't practice alike, man. It's just that some follow some different procedures, and that's exactly what you see in the referees. But to get a fine for the reaction, I mean, come on. If you do that and it's something controversial and changes the whole dynamics of the game, you got to understand that there will be a reaction to it. I mean, come on, man. Come on. It's not like that they push the referee or something. That's wrong. I mean, 25k. I don't know what they're smoking there. But moving on. So according to La Colina de Nervion, they say that Arsenal sees Sevilla striker Youssef En-Nesyri as an ideal replacement for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, that's the news that we have. So let's compare Aubameyang with Youssef En-Nesyri. Adam Revoj on Twitter, wonderful and beautiful Twitter account. Go follow him, please. His spelling ADAM Adam RAE Ray VOGE Voj. I might be spelling it wrong, but hey, that's my best thing that I can do. So Oba versus Youssef En-Nesyri. You can see the stat over here. What Youssef En-Nesyri brings more than what Aubameyang can bring, but hey, Aubameyang really has his strengths as well. So non-penalty goals per 90. There you go. En-Nesyri is high in that, especially non-penalty XG shot, non-penalty goals. You can see that as well. It's more, but more importantly, aerial duels won. Now here En-Nesyri is good. Aerial duels won, ground duels won. He's actually doing those dirty work, successful pressures as well. That's better from him, but passes into the penalty area, pass success rate, key passes per 90, assists per 90. Getting dispossessed more is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and big chances missed per 90 is also Aubameyang. So in that case, En-Nesyri really stands out at the moment. So you could see certain things really tipping towards En-Nesyri as well. But more importantly, well, here's another report by Tom Canton, who's an Arsenal fan, says that he believes he's got 4 names that could replace Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang at the Emirates Stadium. Number 1, well, the England and Everton striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin could definitely eventually replace Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I'm pretty much sure. I would definitely, if you want Arsenal to buy Dominic Calvert-Lewin to replace Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, let me know in the comments. But second thing is Folarin Balogun, according to this report. But of course, it'll take time. Gabriel Martinelli, of course, much debated topic. And of course, because of one link, En-Nesyri set for a fantastic campaign, it seems, and Arsenal could be waiting to pounce at it also quite rightly too, because he makes this list as he will be turning just 25 En-Nesyri next June and is already developing at a rapid rate. Having joined Sevilla from now relegated La Liga side Leganes, he scored 18 league goals. This season he already has 2 goals and an assist in the opening 3 games. En-Nesyri is really good in the air, I can tell you that. So that is kind of a complete striker, like in the development stage. But more importantly, Adam also has a comparison between Gabriel and Pablo Mari. Of course, many of the Arsenal fans believe that Gabriel is superior to Pablo Mari, but more importantly, he's got more minutes. The comparison stands pale in terms of comparison, in terms of minutes as such. But more importantly, let's talk about Adam has actually come up with this Ben White. Ben White versus Rob Holding. He says, if you can see the image over here, what Ben White can and cannot do, and Rob Holding, the carries into the final third per 90. That's exactly what Rob Holding cannot do, And of course, successful pressures, percentage of dribblers tackled, shot creating actions per 90. Those are the things that Those are the different things that Ben White can bring into the game, but Rob Holding brings something else as well. Pass completion, long ball accuracy. Are you serious, lad? How can Rob Holding's okay, whatever. Long ball accuracy is better than Ben White. But that's completely okay. Let's see what happens in this season. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know in the comments. And more importantly, yes, Arsenal are seeking 4 million euros and talks are ongoing with Galatasaray. Well, Arsenal want 4 million for Mohamed El Neni, and it looks like he might be sold as well. So let me know in the comments who is the better striking option for Arsenal. Foreign Balogun Martinelli is the striker to replace Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, or you would want Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Youssef En-Nesyri. How would Youssef En-Nesyri fare at the Emirates Stadium? Let me know in the comments. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.